Hey everyone, wow. True to form, it's Tuesday night. The Republicans have already melted down and we are just over 24 hours back in Congress. And it's kind of wild because the Republicans literally gave themselves an extra week off after they passed the big ugly bill. So they had plenty of time to get themselves organized and decide what they wanted to pass this week. But instead, they brought everyone back, and today they put the rule on the floor to advance one of their bills and then voted it down themselves because they're infighting once again. Now I want to explain how weird this is, because for more than 20 years it has been the convention in the House that whoever's in the majority, of course, controls the committees, including the Rules Committee, which is where once a bill is about to move to the floor, you go to the Rules Committee, the terms of debate are set in the Rules Committee, final amendments are adopted, and then the rule moves to the floor, it's voted on, there's debate, and then the bill itself is voted on in the floor. But it's been the convention for decades that whoever's in the majority votes for their own rule, which makes sense because you are the majority party. But ever since this majority, the current Republican majority, took control of the House last Congress, there's just been constant infighting. And starting last Congress, we saw this with them trying to take out the speaker and all of the chaos around the re-election of a new speaker. And then they started voting against their own rules. And now it seems to be a common practice. Anytime any Republican has a beef with a bill or with what the majority is doing, they take down their own rules. So today they did it once again. And as we understand it, there's really three issues going on. So the Republicans are trying to move a series of 3 crypto bills this week in the House. And apparently several of the Republicans are not happy with certain parts of these crypto bills, and they want them to be repackaged and sent back to the Senate to be changed because they're not happy. They could have worked this out maybe last week before it came to the floor, but instead, that's what they did. They're also trying to move an appropriations bill this week on the defense budget. Now, I think it's noteworthy that we're months and months behind on appropriations bills because the Republicans have been so preoccupied with passing the big ugly bill that they didn't do their basic constitutional duty, which, by the way, says that Congress has to pass a budget by the end of the fiscal year, which is at the end of September, and they're nowhere near done. And then finally, the Republicans have a deadline of Friday for passing this White House rescissions package. And this is the package that would take back billions and billions and billions of dollars in funding for foreign aid. And apparently, Senate Republicans have committed to restoring billions of dollars that were cut by the White House and DOJ for international aid for AIDS and public health programs. These were authorized through the PEPFAR program, which has long been a bipartisan program. It was first authorized during the Bush administration, and it literally saves lives all over the world, especially children suffering from AIDS. And apparently there are Republicans in the House that are extremely angry that Senate Republicans put money back to save the lives of children overseas suffering from AIDS. That is why they're throwing a temper tantrum. I'll let you draw your own conclusions about the content of that. But what I can say is that I've never seen a more dysfunctional group of people. And for all the Republican branding and rhetoric out there about efficiency, I've never seen a more inefficient, dysfunctional group of people try to actually run an institution. And I know a lot of people are frustrated with politics, with the government, with Congress. Trust me, I get it. But I have never seen such total chaos and dysfunction as I've seen in this Congress. And that's saying a lot. So I think the American people need to demand better. It's important that you understand what's happening here. Will they ultimately pass some bills here this week? Yes. But in the meantime, They're basically shutting down Congress because they don't know how to plan in advance and work out their problems. And so instead, they're wasting taxpayer dollars, taxpayer time, and shutting down your Congress because they can't get it together. And so here we are, Tuesday night, wondering what's going to happen yet again. There's your update. All right, see you all soon.